So guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with the show. I'm going to start out with Miss Dina Emerson, and I'm going to ask her a couple of questions. She's going to be talking about legacy of Clarendon Suite and Inn Hotel of Montgomery, Alabama, and we're going to just let her kind of go in here and tell all about the wonderful say it for me.
Revitalization.
Yes, because they come up. I may say something a little different. Okay, so so how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me, Anita.
And thank you for coming on to the show. Okay, so Dina, what I wanted to ask you, how long would it take for you guys? Tell us all about this new exciting revitalization that you guys did of this wonderful hotel.
Okay. Just recently come to actually, I have colleagues here. I couldn't have done any of this without my colleagues that you'll be meeting and speaking with shortly. Coming into this actual hotel, we are actually in the process of helping revitalize Montgomery, particularly the street of Monticello. I am a general manager underneath Southern Legacy Hospitality Management, led by Marcus Redmond and Patel. I've been here, I'd say, about 6 months or so, and then wonderful things have been happening, and we're looking to expand and take this area to the next level. Rather than doing gentrification, which has obviously failed, we are actually doing revitalization, and it's really showing, as we found out recently, that what we are doing here as a whole is actually taking effect here in the neighborhood in this area.
Okay. So, Marcus, are you with us?
I am.
Okay, great. I see you. Yes. So, Marcus, would you like to answer the question as well about the new renovations or revitalization that you guys had in here? Would you like to expound on that a little bit? And I heard that you drove all the way from Florida.
Yes.
Both of you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about all the wonderful news, everything.
We have spent a considerable amount of money here, over $1 million, what I would deem a landmark in Montgomery. What's interesting about this story is that the start of it is not good, but the finish with this group is what's astounding. This was once the Alabama Hotel, where very unsavory things happened here. Things that the city is not proud of, the city does not want to embrace. And the current mayor is on a mission. He has a plan of action, an economic development agenda that entails organizing the citizens to take back their city. This is your city. Okay. And we wanted to be a part of that. So, they're a stone's throw from this property are $1 million homes that have lost value because of the old legacy of this hotel. And now with what we're doing, what the mayor is doing, you see his effort. We wanted to be a part of that. And so we're telling our neighbors, both corporate and residential, that we're in this together. There's no need to pick up and move. There is every ounce of confidence that if we stand firm and we stand together, then we can do what is necessary to reclaim our city. And we want the community to get involved in this, to become excited about it, to see what's happening in your neighborhood, right here on Monticello Drive. The old Alabama Hotel is now a Choice Hotel. Choice Hotels, of course, is an international hotel franchise system. It's now the Carion Suites.
Oh, wow.
This hotel is drop dead gorgeous. If you're not sexy, don't come in. It's a
for the
sexy
grown,
hotel.
sexy people.
It's very posh, very boutique-y, very. I just can't. It's sexy. It really is.
It's je ne sais quoi, if you will.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And people walk in who visited. We have so many people who visited when it was the Alabama Hotel, and they're absolutely blown away. The police officers who come in to use the restroom, or they cannot believe their eyes because of what we have going on here, and that feeds a fire under us to continue in our efforts to do what we're doing, and we're very excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, actually, just today, Dina and I were speaking with some officers that said they noticed the change going on here. And that she, the things that she's doing here have really, really, really made a difference.
Okay.
And that was actually very heartwarming. One of the things in particular when it comes to our community is the fact that we work together for the greater good. And it had actually, they're seeing that. And you know that your efforts are not being recognized. And that is actually a group effort. I myself as a GM, and I see here, I'm here on a day-to-day basis and everything, so I see it up front. But to know that people outside of these doors who are a biased opinion actually are able to see the difference that we're actually making in the community. And so that is a really, really big deal. There's a lot of wonderful things that are about to transpire within this hotel. We are looking to take the hotel to this actual area in general to the next level, and a level that they themselves may not have thought that was possible, but with a lot of tenacity and a lot of faith in the fact that we can actually get this done and work together and get this done, it will come to fruition. In shorter time than most people would expect. Where the company in general is very tenacious and very steadfast in bringing the beauty back to Montgomery, giving the community back to its people, these hardworking people that want to have a beautiful place to come to get away for a moment.
Well, Miss Anita, tell us your position and what is it that you do?
Well, I work in sales,
Okay.
and what I want to do is just bring quality business here. I don't want people to be thinking that this is still the old Alabama hotel. I want them to know that there's a new sheriff in town. And she wants to do things differently. I want to do like wedding groups, golf packages, stuff like that. Just have quality business and people to know that this is a safe place. And for the community to get involved in the revitalization, to come over and meet with her, tour the hotel, and give the hotel a fair chance to show, just like the staff here is very, very family oriented. It's like brother, sister situation going on here, and everybody's welcome. We just want to show people that things are different. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And there's better things to come. It's soon to be full service. They're going to do a restaurant, a lounge, hopefully, just like a boutique and other situations. So we just hope that everybody will come over and give us a chance.
Okay. And so, Dina, tell us a little bit about your VIP third floor.
Well, one of the things that I feel like is going to be a really big thing here as well, we're a smaller hotel. So exclusivity is already there, but we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to have upstairs, which is going to be our third floor, will be a VIP area. It will be exclusive. As I stated before, we are already a smaller hotel, so our attention to detail to each guest is already there. But with the VIP, it takes it to the next level, whereas we have our restaurant that will be coming in, which is called Ohana's. Your delivery to your room upstairs. Just only people that will have access up there will have access to the lounges upstairs. It's more of a retreat for those businessmen that want to come in and have a concierge to go and maybe do faxes or go get things like that. It is a getaway, a hidden gem within Montgomery that you would never even think that's there and available to you. So It'll be special access to our certain clients. So we're open to city officials, things of that nature, whereas, they can come here and enjoy themselves and have that privacy that they're seeking rather than going right downtown to where that's the first thing they're going to think, okay, we're going to look downtown, they're down there, but you're here. Right. And it's exclusive and it's small, and you get that extra treatment, extra personal attention that you require that you may not get at a larger hotel because of the fact it's a larger hotel. But it is coming soon, and we're very excited. It is a collective effort from all parts, initiated and brainchild of Mr. Marcus Redmond. So we are following his lead. The gentleman has actually put a lot of thought into this hotel before I came on board, and I'm very happy and proud to have been given the opportunity to come in here and work with him to get it to where it needs to be. So it's an amazing opportunity.
And so, Marcus, what is the capacity for each guest in each room? Like, how? Tell us a little bit about your the plans and the capacity that each room holds as far as your guests here at the Carion Inn and Suite in Montgomery.
Well, there are local regulations that come into play. The reality is that these rooms are very spacious. It's not a new hotel, so it has old charm and character. And if you know anything about construction and architecture, old architecture is very spacey. It's roomy. It's whereas new construction is very confined and limited. These rooms are large. They are absolutely large. I think your question is great because though they are so large, we still want the intimate feel in the individual rooms. So we are not broadcasting or publicizing or advertising to have just a room full of people.
Right. Okay.
We want people to go in these rooms and still feel that sense of comfort and not cramped.
So if I was a business person and I traveled, in my business and I wanted to find a very nice, intimate VIP feel hotel, and I get a room, that fits all that, would I be able to, come in and relax and do all of my work as a business person, set my laptop up and do all, just lay out everything and just take care of business right from that room? What can I expect if I was a business person traveling?
Every room has a brand new desk in it, comfortable leather chairs, and of course Wi-Fi is completely free in the hotel. So they have all of that to help them with their business. We want the business traveler in this hotel. They should be here. They should be.
And so that's great, because if I came here and I was just over the top in all of my work that I needed to do and assignments and stuff that I need to really push out, I can just order room service and all of that. If I fell asleep and didn't feel like getting in the bed, is there a place there where I can just fall asleep, lounge, take my shoes off, just lounge real quick, or jump in the shower and feel like, tell us more about that, because I know that that's very important. I know, to me as a businesswoman and I travel, I want to know the ladies' room. Is that lady room catering to business women, business men, security?
I can definitely touch on
Because you're a lady, so know exactly what it is that we look for. We look for that security and that safety in the hotel. Even when we're walking out in the parking lot and we're just so tired and we want to come and fall asleep and order room service and stuff. What do you want the community to know about that, especially the business world? We're trying to bring downtown feel here to our local area. Okay, so what do you want the community to know about the rooms?
I'm going to say one thing. I think all of the rooms appeal more to women than men.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Truly.
Yeah,
So fabulous.
yeah, the mirrors, and they're just like the light you're using.
It's like a
It's a
selfie.
backlit,
Yes.
backlit mirror.
Mhm.
That's one. But what's so interesting is most women, when they're grooming themselves, don't like to see the toilet in the same room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got a water
Okay.
So,
Yes.
so that's one. The toilet
I love that.
is separate from where you actually groom yourself, the vanity. But the vanity is the room where the vanity is really more spacious than the actual.
So we could just lay
we
our
just
makeup
just
all
let
out
it.
there and
Yes.
just you know how us women
Yeah,
are.
with great
Yes.
lighting.
Okay,
Yeah.
great lighting and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about the safety? What about the security in the hotel? What about how do you guys handle the complaints? Like if I had a complaint about something, you know, how do you handle that complaint?
I can touch on that. As a stater, being here as a GM, one of the things that definitely had to be addressed was the old thought process of what this used to be. So there was a time where I had to actually, I guess, kind of teach the community what this is and what it is not and what it's become. So with that being said, now that I have actually put the education out there, it is actually word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the strongest things you can have. And so out there throughout the community. So with that being said, that's number one. If you can get it out there that this is not the place where you riffraff or anything is welcome, it's going to travel regardless. We can put it on the news, whatever, but an actual person, a patron that says this, whether it's on a review or otherwise, is going to go so much further than any kind of advertisement that you can buy. So we've been able to actually get that word of mouth out there. I've actually had guests come up to me and they'll come back and stay here, even though they can probably pay a lower price somewhere else, but they will actually come here and say, I feel safe here. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's no other way to put that. And I think that is a wonderful commodity for us to have here at this particular hotel. We actually do keep in mind that we, walk in, again, it's a smaller hotel, so there's absolutely no reason why, eyes and ears and everything is, not available here. We take pride in this hotel, so along with that becomes the security issue. So we're checking everything out, even at the door. It took a while for people to get used to that, but you're just not walking in here. That's just not how. Yeah, you're just not walking in here.
Busted.
You have to be busted and escorted by your guest.
Okay, and y'all have cameras on.
And that's correct. Yes.
And so if I call here and say, hey, my name is so and so, and I wanted to speak with a guest by the name of so and so, could you bring me their room?
Absolutely not, but guideline violation.
So it's going to be strict security. Marcus, back to you, really. Tell us, what is your position? Because you flew all the way down here, you guys, and we know what your position is. We know what your position is, but we do not know what Marcus' position is, and because you have not talked about that. So tell us a little bit about your position, yourself, and the company, and everything. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I am the vice president of operations, so I oversee all of the hotels. I guess, in a nutshell, the GMs report to me, and I write the policy. The policy comes out of my office. Operation SOP comes from me, so that is my position. And so I visit my hotels typically once a month. I do routine visits to inspect how GMs are performing operationally, from a financial standpoint, also from a physical standpoint. We're very, I mentioned we synced a lot of money into this asset, so we're very interested in the condition of the asset. the maintain, and it's the GM's responsibility uh, as a steward of the company to protect the assets. So we look at that as well, and then those things that I see on my visit that I think deserve attention, then I offer counsel and advice to the GM. So
you
that's
play
typical.
doctor.
Oh, there's a doctor. If it's broke, he fix it.
No. Okay. And so, and the company and the owners, is it anything you would like to say about them as well?
Uh, it's a committed ownership group, and though I serve as a VPO, I am a part of the principals as well. So we are very committed to our hotels. Our hotels are in very good repair. All of our hotels, and we're innovative. We're created a new brand of hotels that's so hot that a major hotel company wants to embrace them in their franchise system. So we're in talks with the largest hotel company in the world to do that. So we have a commitment to ourselves as owners, to our employees, so that they can take care of themselves and their families, and to our guests, that when they come to our properties, we're committed not only to their safety, but to their mental health, because a great experience creates an outstanding persona, aura, energy, and it goes on and on. And Dina knows I'm big on energy. I'm big on
We
energy.
always say, use that energy, keep your energy.
Energy. I'm big on energy, and let people feel, the positive energy that flows from you.
It's contagious.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. When guests come in, they can feel, welcome, and they can feel people enjoying themselves at work and that they're happy to help them. And that's one of the things that he's really emphasized to us in terms of just like making sure the staff knows that his door is always open to us.
Definitely.
Like, we all have his private cell phone number, and we don't hesitate to use it.
Well, my next thing I wanted to know, how has the COVID-19, if any, affected you guys and affected the hotel chain, Clarendon Inn Suite Hotel?
Well, I will say this, is that I can definitely say I've been blessed in regards to as far as the COVID affecting the hospitality industry. I do know that it has affected a lot of hotels in as far as the revenue side of it. Coming from, was at another hotel underneath the same umbrella, and I came here, and it does have an effect. There's a lot of things that we would like to offer that we cannot due to COVID. Our hands are tied in certain aspects, but we've been able to keep a positive energy about that in regards to people coming in and things of that nature, the serving of the breakfast, etc., things of that nature, have come to a sort of a pause, not a stop, but more of a pause just for safety and getting everybody trying to get their bearings on what's okay, what spreads germs, what doesn't. There's a lot of things that have been implemented to actually help stop the spread of COVID that we have actually made part of our normal repertoire every day. There's a lot of cleaning and disinfecting, things of that nature. We have our hand sanitizers at the front desk. We have packets of hand sanitizers, that's given out at our elevator. There is actually a hand sanitizer dispenser for when you get on. We have a distancing with inside the elevators. All standards that have been set in place by, of course, our actual choice.
So let me interject for just a moment, because let's just bring this around. So as a company,
Yes.
we have not closed one hotel.
Wow.
Yes.
We have not furloughed one employee.
That's
And COVID has only made us hone in on our creative juices
Yes.
and become better at operating our businesses.
wow. And
So,
yeah, and with that being said, and most people, okay, they try to avoid this question, but at you guys' locations that you guys manage, how have y'all had any employees that has been tested positive with COVID-19?
Zero.
zero.
Wow,
Zero.
that is
Yeah, yeah,
wonderful
it's
news.
amazing, but
Yes,
nobody.
wow.
Zero, not one.
Okay. And the next one, what are you guys' plans for the holidays as far as the community? What are your plans for the holidays? What are your plans for, they are expecting, another wave of the COVID-19 because it's going into the winter. So what are you guys' plans for those things, the COVID-19 and the holidays and the expectation of, COVID-19, the cases rising and things. So what plans do you guys have in place? All of this getting ready to take
Yeah.
place
We
real
will
soon.
continue to follow local and federal guidelines.
Okay.
Um, we're just going to stay alert.
Yeah.
And
Take it as it comes.
the things that we've learned in this situation, we will continue to evolve and revolutionize. We're positive. We have every confidence, and Dina will tell you where she came from. In Pensacola, we had actual guests in a hotel who were positive, and none of our employees contracted. So we've
And the
been,
gas?
yeah, we had guests that we quarantined in our hotel.
Wow, really?
Yes, yes, who were
That's
COVID-19.
interesting.
Yes, yes. So we've become expert hoteliers
Yeah.
in dealing with
COVID. Yeah.
Wow. So when you quarantine the guests for what is it, 14 days, do you tend to their special needs because they can't come out and everything like that? So yes, that's great. So why don't you
Just
kind
leave
of
it at the door.
talk
Yeah.
about that so that the people can know that something like that happened and they had to be quarantined in one of your hotels. What could they expect from something like that? Going into this
a
new
regimented program of action
Yes.
to keep you clean, bacteria free. So we have those times where you put your trash out and we pick it up. We provide you new linens and new towels and things of that nature, touchless, right? We bag
No
them
contact.
up. Yep, no contact. So we bag them up, and when we use the phone in the room to communicate with the guests, okay, it's that time, we're going to for you. Are you
Wow.
ready for that? When meals, and we make sure that meals are delivered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because you do have okay.
Absolutely. So everything is just regimented. It's just a program of action. Once you get into the routine of it, you stick to the routine.
Consistency is
Yep.
key.
And it flows like a river.
Until they get a negative test.
Oh, wow.
If their test comes back negative, then
So do you guys
That's-
provide those same tests to the employees and to the people that's coming in? What are those little things they stick at your head?
The
and stuff?
thermometer.
Because I know I
Thermometer.
had one.
Yes,
One of
yes.
them.
We make sure that, and you know how sometimes employees come to work and say, "I don't feel." This is not a time to say that.
Yeah, really. Everybody
I'm
not
not doing that.
This is not a time to say that. So, we
Stay
take
at
those
home.
things very
Very
seriously
seriously.
Okay.
because there are people in the hotels that we have to keep safe.
Okay, that's very good. And so, what about the election? As we come into the close, what about the election? That's what's going on right now. Final day is November the 3rd. So, have you guys voted? Who you voting for? Come on, tell us all about it. Give us that scoop.
All I can say is this. I mean, out of anything that we're doing right now, our biggest thing is no matter who you choose, just use your right and just
Vote.
It's
very,
That's
very
it.
important.
As far as me disclosing who I'm voting for, that I'm not to do that. But I will say that I encourage anyone who has the ability to vote to do so. It's a right. You earn that right, and so we need you to go out there and do what you're supposed to do.
Don't set the
Be responsible.
vote.
That's right.
People
responsible.
literally died for us to have that right, and I never miss an opportunity to vote. So it's very, very important.
And most of those people look like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we take it very seriously. I would tell people to don't believe the hype. Do your research. You know, we researched to buy homes, to buy cars, but we failed to do research on our health.
One of the biggest things.
Yeah, we take a man's word on that, which is not good, and we listen far too much to the media. When anybody can be anything. You know, I'm old enough to remember when the internet didn't exist.
Oh,
yeah.
my God, Dina, you just told me to that. No.
So am I am.
Yeah, don't let the
Rotary phone.
yes.
Wow,
Absolutely.
you look good.
No delivery.
Yes. So, you know, but now in my boss always teases me about how much he pays me, right? But you see what I'm saying? But I always tell him, you know, number one, you get what you pay for.
That's right.
There you go. Let them know it
Now.
And number two, you know, I'm at a point in my career where you're not paying me for my time, you're paying me for my knowledge. So I tell people the internet can make anybody anything. All of your millionaires and billionaires today are people without college educations.
Yeah.
You know, and I am a part of that group. I am a member of that group where I didn't go to college, but my life has been very, very successful, and I live an extraordinary life. And it's because I'm constantly a student of life.
And
I'm not going to take your word for it. I'll listen to you. You know, I'll listen to you, but then I'm going to go. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go and do my own research, and I just tell people, get out there, do your own research. What issues are passionate for you? Make sure whomever you vote for has that same passion.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Definitely. I just say it's important to vote and think about what's important to you, as Marcus said. Think about what's important to your family. Who do you think is going to do, you know,
How will it affect your family?
how it's going to affect your family, your bottom line, and
the
vote for that
jobs,
person.
unemployment,
absolutely, healthcare.
Healthcare, yes.
And your community.
Yes, the community.
Exactly.
And your community.
There's a lot of things that, I mean, politics, both unfortunately, but fortunately, it comes into play on a lot of things on so many different platforms. And it's as far as for just books and schools and funding for education, etc. Politics play a lot in our lives, even if we don't want it to. We've taken a blind eye to a lot of things. And just in the general community, just us as a people in general. If we're not white collar or we're like, oh, well, I'm not going to worry about that. But what we need to keep in mind is that eventually it's going to come and affect us in one way or another down the line. So we need to educate ourselves, as Marcus said, and exactly, don't take somebody else's word. The best information that you can get is the information that you can go on and see for yourself. Because you're not always going to believe something's coming out of somebody else unless you actually see it for yourself or go look for yourself, because actually you'll also maintain information more likely if you go and find out for yourself.
Never forget it. You'll never forget it because you put in the time, you put in the work. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So are you guys planning on having any type of community functions around the holidays, Christmas, you know, like toys for the kids?
I was thinking of doing,
we're weighing that right now.
I'm thinking of doing a food drive.
Definitely want to do something to give back, and it's a part of revitalization to let them know, like, we're a part of you.
Yes.
It's our community.
Yeah, we're in it together.
Yeah, we're in this together, and we just want to be looked at differently. Again, this is not the old Alabama.
Okay, now that's what.
Also, as a company, we met with Dina maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. And we asked her, as a GM of this particular property, to sit down and write a letter to the mayor.
Okay.
We did not tell her what to say. We told her what we're trying to accomplish. And you know, and we're glad we have this platform, because the reality is we reached out to the mayor of Montgomery and said, listen, I see what you're doing. I like it. I want to be a part of it. Tell me what part you want me to play. And so a lot of what you're asking us really can be answered simply by saying, whatever we do, we want it to reflect well upon this current mayor's agenda, and we want it to fit within the scope of his vision for his legacy as the mayor of Montgomery. So that's very, very, very important for us, and so we await his answer to us, and when he answers us, then we will formulate our plan of action to coincide with what he wants us.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because when I first moved here, I did the same thing. I wrote the mayor as well. And it took the mayor 2 months to get back to me, but he did.
At least he did. Most won't. Yeah, most won't, honestly, because there's so much on the plate. So that says a lot about our mayor, the simple fact that he was even able to get back to you. Because can you imagine the volume of mail that a mayor gets, whether it be from, you know, schools, etc., asking for trees to be moved, or traffic lights and things of that nature. So for the fact that the mayor actually reached out to you is really a big deal. That is really a big deal. That says a lot about our mayor. That's a big deal. He actually cares, you know what I mean, to actually take the time to open a constituent's letter and read it and respond. That's a rare occasion. So that's a good thing.
Wow, I didn't know that. I just was like, oh, the mayor's going to be back. And I'm just telling everybody.
It speaks to your letter, too.
Yes, that's
got his attention.
Yes. So,
you must put some good words in.
Yes.
Oh, how about 10 pages worth?
Okay, that'll do it.
Because when I write, I write.
Okay, so point across,
yes. So, okay, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. Is there any last thing that you would like for the community to know about the things that you guys are doing? Just summarizing, just re-summarizing every single thing that we have talked about. One last thing.
Absolutely. I want Nina to go first, because her position is new, and we've done some sightseeing here and made some great contacts. So Nina, I think that's a great question in this new position of yours. From a sales perspective, what is your vision? What do you want from this community?
Yes.
Well, I actually want the community to just come over, tour the hotel. Give the hotel a chance. Our rates are affordable. The service is well above average. I want local businesses, golfers, teachers, pastors, groups, everybody to just come over and give us a chance and just see what we have to offer. I guarantee they won't be disappointed.
Definitely.
I think that they will be pleasantly surprised, and they would become loyal guests if they just give the hotel a chance. It's a beautiful, beautiful property.
And we also have, this is a place for tourist attraction.
Exactly. It's a gorgeous, just look at it. It's absolutely amazing. Beautiful. And I just want to fill these rooms. I want to fill these rooms, and I want to fill these rooms with quality guests. And everybody is quality, but just so they know that. You'll get a wonderful experience. The staff is awesome, community oriented. I think just the fact that it's very, very luxurious and clean and safe.
Yes.
And just to know that it's going to be a wonderful place if they just give us a chance. If they give us a chance, I think we're going to put some smiles on some people's faces.
Yes, because we walk around here small enough for the entire city. That's one thing that one thing that Mr. Redmond actually instills in all of us. At the end of the day, we do take direction, and we take a lot of our direction from Mr. Redmond. Has it's a lot of like minds that are involved, and as he stated before, it's all about energy. When you walk in this hotel, you're going to see smiles. It's very happy. It's very zen-like, very personable, which a lot of times you don't find in larger hotels.
You just don't.
It's just like, okay, you're just not a number. We have a lot of guests that come here and stay frequently, and like if they stay here for a long time, they have a job and they're in town or whatever, and they don't want to leave. Because we actually go the extra mile to make them feel like this is not just a hotel. To begin with, all our rooms are suites. Let's just start with that.
Yes.
Is you're not going to walk into a normal hotel and find a love seat and a sitting area in a standard room. Yeah, these are things that are just not going to be in a standard room. You might get a little chair.
And the light above
There you go, click, and that's it. That's all. So.
I love that because I'm lazy.
And I'm willing to create experiences. So if you have a group and you want to do a girls' weekend, you know,
oh yes,
you plan the entire weekend. Corporate retreats. Just give me a call and tell me what you want.
Event planner as well.
Exactly.
Oh
We can make it happen.
I think, lastly, what I like about this hotel is it has tremendous character.
Yes,
it does.
It's an atrium hotel. You can see every room. We can see every room now, but the skylights.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The stars. You can see the stars out there.
Yes.
All of the greenery is real. This is real trees, real bonsais, real plants, and it gives a serene feel. We have guests who sit out here and just want to be among the plants and read and meditate. I think anything that puts us closer to whoever you believe the higher being to be. A lot of people feel that in this space, and that's what we try to recreate with all of this. And the last thing I'd like to say is there is no other hotel in Montgomery like this. And that's not just a statement, that is a fact. That is a fact. You're not going to find the rooms in any other hotel you're not. And I challenge anyone to come in here and prove me wrong. But the staff is committed to what is realistically what we call in this industry luxury hospitality. Luxury hospitality can be summed up in a few words, and it's really anticipatory service. That's it.